Alright, we're back. This is WILSHOCKER with more Final Fantasy XIV. My desk is kind of a mess right now. I'm going to clean it up a little bit. A little bit of cleanup, that's good. Alright, now we're going to go and skip that armor. I can't believe I'm doing this. Alright, I gotta get over it. Because I don't want to have every episode just be like me complaining about playing this. That wouldn't be fun. I mean, it speaks to a greater point though, right? That if you want to make a good game, don't make the first 200 hours of it absolutely painful. Because that's not how you make a good game. I mean, this game is goated, for sure. This game is definitely good. But the first 300 hours are horrible. Tell me the Sylph Elder as well. Thank the gods for that. I don't really know what to make of the rest of your tale, but I'm full glad Frixia didn't come to any harm. Before I go tempting, there I go tempting fate. Run over to Little Solace and secure us peace with the Sylphs before aught else befalls, I say. Rest assured, I'll send word to our friends of Charlie and the Twin Adder both. Huh. You've done Gridania a great service this day, lad, and earned yourself a place of honor here at the Druthers in so doing. Be sure to come by whenever you feel like a drop of concurrent firewater. Money. I'll take the grades. Say, friend, there's something I'd like to ask you to see delivered to the Sylphs of Little Solace, the Azima Rose Oil. It's a gift to celebrate the safe return of the Tri's Elder, and a token of Gridania's desire to unite. The wood is not what it once was. The calamity changed the elementals, weakened them. Until their strength is returned, we must lend them ours to keep the wood safe. But ours alone will not be enough. We must have the strength of the Sylphs as well. Only by working together and fighting together will we survive together. The Twelveswood with us. The gift I ask you to bear is a symbol of the hope that both Gridanian and Sylph alike will live to see the lights beyond the darkness. Another quest. You're back, lad, and something tells me you're not come for a flag in a Buscarun's ale. All better that. I just overheard some Garlean stragglers was seen in the Twelveswood, and you know they're not like to be up to any good. I'd like nothing more than to gut those Imperial War sons myself, but I've got other duties to attend this day. We're counting on you, lad. Great. I just want to do all the quests, man. I want to get all the quests done and documented. This is for documentation purposes only, not for entertainment, not for joy, not for pleasure, not for information or education. It's just for documenting. That's why I just want to document. Because once this is done, I will have a full 100% playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV uploaded on YouTube forever. And that is pretty cool, if you ask me. Pretty cool if you ask me. Having a whole playthrough uploaded. I think I might do it a lot. But, I don't know. I think I might never quit this game. I think I'm going to keep playing it in every expansion that comes out. Because it's so good. Even though this whole beginning adventure is by far and away one of the worst experiences I've ever had in gaming, I do recognize that the game is still very good despite the first 300 hours, like I said. So, gotta just grin and bear it. I wish they would change the early game, but they might as well make a whole new MMO at that point. Maybe they will, you know? Maybe they'll actually make a whole new MMO. That might be worth doing compared to trying to salvage Final Fantasy XIV with all of its dated systems and spaghetti code and, you know, problems with the early game They might as well just make another MMO. So those guardian dogs as swift and sure as I saw me pinter. Okay, on behalf of the old Buscaran and me compatriots here, okay, gratitude and then some. Great. Yeah, I'm not gonna read these stupid accents. They're so bad. I hate the accents in this game. I hate the thick writing. I hate when a sentence is so long that I need 2 breaths to finish it. Like, it's like, give me your break. Brevity is the soul of wit. Do 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 do. A gift from Walking One Buscaran, a gift for these ones. Such a lovely scent. This one has never smelled anything like this before. Walking One Buscaran and Adventuring One are very kind. Know that this one is deeply grateful. Many walking ones are scary. Many walking ones utter many lies and much deception, but this one is moved. Let all these ones be friends forever. I'll take these. This one wishes to thank the Adventuring One. Adventuring One saved the Elder One. But this one must ask a favor first. Will Adventuring One bring 3 bottles of fresh blood? Is morbid favor, this one knows, but one must have, must have fresh blood from vile ones known as Gigas. Here, Adventuring One, take blood bottles. Use on almost dead vile ones to take fresh blood. Luxio. This one has been expecting Walking One. This one fetches Elder One. This one is pleased to see Walking One again. Welcome to the home of these ones. Ah, there you are, Will. We have just been hearing tell of your deeds. God, man. Fuck this game. Ah, the walking ones who aided Neurasia. This one is grateful. Hearing tell. Who the fuck says hearing tell? Jesus. A pleasure to have been of service. If you do not mind my asking, how did your misadventure come about? Hearing tell. I'll never get over that. Hearing tell. Jesus. This one does not mind. The misadventures, as Walking One calls them, of this one began when Imperial Ones entered the wood. Fearing trouble, these ones decided to watch Imperial Ones closely. But these one watched too closely, and Imperial Ones noticed and tried to catch these ones. Having nowhere else to hide, this one fled into Totorak. Would that this one had not. Would that this one had not. Wah! In Totorak, a sinister one robed in black tried to feed this one to a many-legged one. A sinister one robed in black? Why do I have the feeling I should be more worried about that than I am? Elder Frixio, we come to you as emissaries of the nation of Gridania. This missive bears the words of the Elder Seed Seer. This one sees, so walking ones of Gridania are fearful of Lord Ramu. Plainly put, yes, your people summoned the Lord of Levin but once. Yet that single occurrence occasioned great alarm. But it's not as if the Gridanians dislike you or anything. Actually, it's just the opposite. They think of you as friends, and they don't want anything to get in the way of that. That's why the Elder Seedseer wrote to you. This one well knows and respected Horn One, Kane-sama. Be assured, Kane-sama, Kane-sena. Be assured, like Walking Ones of Gridania, these ones have no desire for conflict. These ones resorted to summoning Lord Ramu to protect the wood from Imperial ones. This one counseled against doing so, but was not heeded. Against this one's wishes, Lord Ramu was summoned, and all those ones who took part became touched ones. These ones want so desperately to turn touched ones back to normal ones, but did not know how, and still do not know. Touched ones, meanwhile, wanted to turn these ones into touched ones, and did know how. So this one fled to little solace with all these ones, with all those ones who did not wish to be bound to Lord Ramu. But Walking Ones of Gridania need not fear touched ones or Lord Ramu. Unlike other primal ones, Lord Ramu is not callous and cruel. So long as Walking Ones do not trespass on these ones' ancestral homeland, where touched ones reside, Walking Ones will not suffer thunderous judgment. But this one has spoken enough of touched ones. This one would speak instead of these ones. As this one said, these ones desire peace with Walking Ones of Gridania, and so these ones ask for a chance to set things right. By way of addendum, mortals who are tempered come to take on the quantities embodied by the primal in question. In the case of the Sylphs, Ramu's influence had made them fiercely protective of their homeland. That explains why they're so hostile towards trespassers, but what about the abductions? A fine question, Ida. The abductions are, I believe, an expression of the tempered Sylph's desire to reconciliation, another quality traditionally associated with Ramu. In the crudest manner imaginable, they seek to bring their fellows back into the fold. A timely reminder that the challenges posed by each primal are unique. Elder Frixia, we thank you for making your will known to us. The people of Gridania will rest easier in the knowledge that they and the Sylphs are united in their desire for peace. Wishing to cooperate, this one has written down the feelings of these ones. Please see that these feelings are conveyed to Horned One, Kane-sena. And with that, I believe we can lay the matter of Ramu to rest. That Sylph elder is very reasonable, I must say. You could learn a lot from him. Huh? Was that a jibe? If so, I feel it only fair to observe that one of us wouldn't recognize reason if it punched her on the nose. Did I say fair? I meant reasonable. Oh, and now they're fighting. Anyway, we're going to head back to the Waking Sands and tell Minfilia all about it. Fear not, we will be sure to mention the instrumental part you played in all of this, and while we see to that, we should appreciate it if you would deliver Mixio's missive to the Adder's Nest. Elder Frixia, we humbly thank you for your time. It has been an honor. The honor is this one's. Together let the Walking Ones of Gridania and these ones find a way to live in peace. Please wait, Walking One. This one has yet to give Walking One a token of this one's appreciation. Oh, when these ones summoned Lord Ramu, these ones were gifted this crystal. This one would now bestow the crystal upon Walking One as a symbol of these ones' trust. rare crystal. This one was not mistaken about Walking One. Walking One is destined to walk a fate far crueler than this one can imagine. A brilliant light from within Walking One enveloped the crystal this one saw. Mark this one well. That crystal will one day be of use to Walking One. Walking One must keep that crystal safe at all times. Before Walking One returns to Gridania, this one would ask Walking One to watch Touched Ones. So long as Touched Ones are not troubled, Touched Ones will not make trouble. If Walking One witnesses Touched Ones making no trouble, mayhap Walking One can testify to Walking Ones of Gridania that these ones means no harm. These ones' homeland is fraught with danger. This one marks down safe places to look out for Touched Ones. I thought I was going to whatever. There are tempered sylphs in the distance. You do not sense that they pose a danger if left alone. I can't see anything. Did adventuring one bring blood from vile ones? This one goes here and that there, stitched like this, then put that together. Done. This one has been a garment for adventuring one. His enchanted garment will protect adventuring one from scary ones, and as token of one's thanks, these ones owe adventuring one many, many thanks. Right. Okay. Thanks, I guess. Believe in yourself. Lovely. Believe in yourself. If it isn't Will, how went the meeting with the Sylph? A missive from the Sylph Elder himself, if I may. So the Sylphs have no desire for conflict, nor do they intend to summon Ramu. And so long as we leave the Tempered Ones be, we need not fear any aggression on their part. The Elder Seats here will be overjoyed to hear that the Sylphs have welcomed our overtures, and in the knowledge that they bear us no ill will, we may channel our resources towards tackling the more conspicuous threats to our security. You have done this nation a great service, my friend. On behalf of all Gridanians, I give you my thanks. The Sylphic folk have long been friends to Gridania. The mere thought of being at war with them pained the Elder Seeds here to no end. But owing to your efforts, she will be able to rest easier. Being the benevolent soul that she is, my lady will surely try to find a way to reverse the tampering process. Once again, I thank you. Had the Scions of the Seventh Dawn not offered to mediate between our peoples, suspicions and doubt may well have led us into needless conflict. Pray pass on my regards to Lady Minfilia. Hello, Will, can you hear me? It is I, Minfilia. Ida and Papalimo returned some little while ago, and they wasted no time in regaling me with the tale of your exploits. Thanks in large part to you, the name of one primal may be struck from our list of enemies, and the Gridanians may turn their attention to more pressing matters. Well done. Yet the end of the tale is but the start of another. Pray return to the Waking Sands at your earliest convenience. I would apprise you of the present situation in person. Level 24 quests, all done. Hail, adventurer! You wear the expression of one who seeks new battlegrounds to hone your burgeoning skills. Do not ask how Nedrick knows, he simply knows. Now tell me, are you perchance familiar with the sunken temple of Karn? I will not hold it against you if you are not. The ruins only surfaced when this calamity split this ground asunder after all. Any road, it's a popular destination these days for adventurers looking for new frontiers to explore. If you're keen to join them, why not make the journey to southern Thanalan and visit the temple for yourself? What with the many dangers that lurk within, the immortal flames are keeping close watch over the place, but a Lalafol by the name of Bibimu should be able to offer you passage. Going for gold, level 44. Well, if it isn't my favorite adventurer, welcome back, Will. Lady Minfilia awaits you within the solar. Please enter at your leisure. I'll be right back. given to understand that the matter of Ramu has finally been resolved. I fear resolve bespeaks a permanence we cannot rightly claim, yet I am well satisfied that the Lord of Levin will not trouble us in the foreseeable future. Your satisfaction is assurance enough for me. How fares the investigation? Well enough. Thancred is sparing no effort. They are many in one, just as you suspected. Their purpose, however, eludes us still. I see. I've been meaning to ask, but is Alize quite well? I feel as if I have scarcely seen her in recent days. Oh, you haven't, and nor have I, alas. Alize has chosen to walk her own path, stubborn girl. But you may be assured that our destination remains the same. And on that note, I take my leave of you. I trust the Baldician report will serve you well. What's a Baldician report? I take it we can proceed as discussed? Why do you ask? You scarce need my permission to act. The heck is he doing here? It's so good to see you again, Will. Why do I have shorts on? I have been looking forward to congratulating you on your triumph in the Twelveswood. Owing to your efforts, conflict has been averted. Truly, you have done the Scions proud. With that, we can strike Ramu from the list. So who's next? The Sahagin and Leviathan? The Lord of the Whirl has not answered his minion's call of late, nor is he expected to do so in the near future. While the Sahagin remain as aggressive as ever, they lack the quantity of crystals required to call forth their god. As with the Sylphs, we can leave them to their own devices, for a time at least. For a time bears repeating. We can ill afford to fall complacent. It is as Ishtola says, unless we know the minds of the beast tribes, we cannot predict with any certainty when next a primal will return to plague the land. Fuck this writing. This being the case, we must proceed with as much haste as prudence allows. Any word on Titan? The Maelstrom keeps the kobolds under constant observation. We shall hear from there ere long, you may depend on it. Indeed. So then, of all the known primals that have been active in recent times, we're left with... Gridania! Wait, I mean Garuda, who is the primal of the Ixal who live near Gridania. Yes, that's what I meant. So many mounds to cover. Would that there were a more efficient way to conduct our surveys. Were he still with us, we should not long have wanted for a more practicable solution. He's not wrong there. Oh, where in the world are you, Chief? But one sure step at a time. Henceforth, the Order of the Twin Adder will handle all matters pertaining to the Sylphs under the sage guidance of the Seedseers. I bid you all enjoy a moment's respite. You have earned it. How do you pronounce respite? Is it respite or respite? I wonder. I have no idea. I need to put some pants on. I feel cold. Just looking at this guy. Is there something else? Asians. Beg pardon? A man named La Habrea, sporting a red mask and robed in black? 12 preserve. Prior to the calamity, the Asians took great pains to remain hidden. Why would they choose to cast off their veil of secrecy now? Gods, this bodes ill. We must take advantage of the present lull in primal hostilities and investigate this La Habrea. Learn all we can of him and his designs. I dread to think. Eek! Tataru. A sylph? In Thanalan? At long last, this one finds walking one. This one is most dependable of these ones. It's sent by Elder One Frixio to help walking ones. Oh, she was scared by the thing. This one is called Neuraxia. This one comes as a friend. Let these ones be friends. Pleasure to meet you, Neuraxia. I really want some different pants. This is bothering me. I looked so cool a minute ago. Give me control back so I can put some pants on, please. Thank you. Give me access to my character. Thank you. Cast Glamour. Much better. Yes, Tataru is as ready to express her fright as she is to express everything else. Not all of us are forged of the same steel as you, I'm afraid. But it takes all kinds to make a family, and it pleases me to no end to see ours continue to grow. One by one, the people of Eorzea are beginning to unite, drawn to the hope that shines within you. Yet a darkness threatens to engulf this light. Never have I doubted the Asians' presence, but they have grown so brazen as to carry out their work in plain sight fills me with a sense of deep foreboding. Wow, that's a lot of tickets. Dun, 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 dun. I'm afraid there is no rest for the weary, Will. We must delve further into the motivations of the masked man, the Asian known as La Habrea. This is an ideal moment to do so, while our hands are not bound dealing with another primal. At present, we know little and less about the Asians, only that destruction follows in their wake. I should not be surprised if these beings are behind the chaos that racks the realm. If my fears prove to be reality, we must do all in our power to stop them. Earlier, I sent word to each Grand Company to solicit cooperation. The Immortal Flames responded to the effect that they have information on a potential sighting. This is intelligence that we can ill afford to ignore. Go speak with Flame Commander Swift at the Hall of Flames in Ul'dah to inquire further. How you go about the investigation thereafter I leave wholly to your discretion. But whatever you do, never forget that we are dealing with the unknown. You cannot take too many precautions. Be safe. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. No. masked man. I come on behalf of the Scions, of course. Yes, as we've already relayed to Lady Minfilia, there has been a sighting of this rogue near about the eastern Thanaland. A brass blade stationed at Highbridge described them in detail when he alerted us to suspicious activity. I would point you to the witness, but I'm afraid he died not 2 days ago, slain by a marauding horde of Kakern. Fate can be a cruel mistress. But do not be too quick to despair. Being situated on a trade route, Highbridge sees its fair share of travelers. Folks are always coming and going, and some among them may well have caught a glimpse of your target. You could do worse than to speak with a merchant named Hihibaru. The fellow's always starved for customers, and he'd no doubt welcome your attention whether or not you have coin to mind to spend it. Wednesday Enthusiast. Camp drive on. Dum 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 dum. Got a long way to go. We've been dispatched by the Order of Nathal to conduct a thorough investigation of these ruins. We've only begun to scratch the surface, yet it is already clear that they house countless untold secrets from the age of Belladia. Secrets which remain hidden forever if something is not done about those accursed buzzards. Ever since they began nesting across the chasm, we have spent more hours wiping their droppings off our tomes than doing research of any sort. What? I ask you not to eradicate the entire species. The buzzard is a clever bird, slay 4 or so, and I suspect the rest of the flock will find somewhere else to roost. Let me see this. Overaggressive, was this something on? Okay, ruins near the high bridge. Do not look down, Claudian. You must not, you will not, you cannot look. Ah! By the 12, my good man, you frightened me half to death, but you must forgive me. I've been a bit restless of late, what with those winged nightmares swooping in from every which direction, pecking and poking and pricking at me. I might as well pack up my instruments and go home, as I won't be getting an ounce of research done. If, however, a kind adventurer like yourself were to use these scarecrows to drive the birds away, it would be another story. What do you say? Oh dear, that is not a pleasant thing to look down at. Where's the bridge? Yes, you. Adventurer, I need you to fetch 3 bottles of herbal blood, and do so with all haste. A matter of life and death. Welcome to Highbridge, adventurer. Whatever you seek, I, Hihibaru, can provide it. Probably. You're after a masked man? Not sure I have one of those in stock. Oh, you're after a masked man. Why didn't you say so sooner? Such an individual might have featured in one of the many rumors I've heard. If you linger a while, mayhap you'll learn a thing or two, eh? When the Order of Nanthal began excavating the ruins below, I had hopes that Highbridge would turn into a bustling hub for pilgrims, but thanks to the nigh endless Beastman raids, folk are too afraid to come within a mama here. I sold everything I owned to get my venture started, and I'm loath to give up without making an earnest effort to stick it out, but if things keep going as they are, I'll be bankrupt before the moon is through. Whining won't do me any good, though. No, for my business to survive, I need business. Speaking of which, perhaps you'd like to browse my wares and spend a bit of coin to help a struggling merchant. The masked man? Bah! I'll take your bloody masked man. I know what I said before, but vague rumors are all I've got. If you want to know about him, go and ask the other merchants. I've heard of the Masked Devil. Seems he's been appearing not only around Highbridge, but elsewhere about Thanalan, too. Enough folk have reported seeing him to convince me he's more than a figment of the imagination, but little is known about him otherwise. On the trail of a masked man? I have heard of him, but only in hushed tones and faint whispers. It's said he wears a black hooded robe and looks right suspicious, and that's about all I can say, little though it is. Have I seen a masked man wearing a dark robe? No, I haven't, nor do I wish to. Business is bad enough without shady characters we're lurking about. Folk have been giving Highbridge a wide berth because of all the keycard raids. None but the devout pilgrims are willing to come here anymore. Let's see here. What can I do next? Fancy Pants. That's a cool name, Fancy Pants. That's a cool name. Remember this armor set. What? Have you brought the furble blood I asked for? So then handle over, and quickly now. What? Money. Do not look. Oh, you've seen to the birds, have you? Splendid work, friend. Now head back down and return to my research. I'll be along any moment now. Be on your way. Oh, there's more. Greetings. Thanks to you, friend, my research has finally gotten off the ground. So many discoveries to be made and ancient wonders to be restored. And yet I have only these two hands with which to do my work. If only I could convince the Order of the potential significance of my work, perhaps they would be willing to dispatch aid. I have here a report of my findings thus far. Might you be so kind as to deliver it to Kyokozo at Thal's Respite? Do. Free of savage peckings and buzzer droppings at last. I cannot thank you enough, friend. When I make my next history discovery, you may take pride in knowing that you helped make it possible. No. Money. Judging by your expression, I take it you didn't learn much of use. Look, I'm sorry for my rudeness earlier, it's just that things are tough for us merchants at the moment. The Kikern raids are so constant, so organized, we're beginning to suspect that someone is orchestrating it all. I tend to put my own welfare first, like most of us do, but that doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I promise to keep an eye out for your masked man. If I see or hear anything, you'll be the first to know. I finally got some honest-to-God's information on your masked man. Why so confident? Because I saw him with my own two eyes. I was out for an evening stroll, minding my own business, when I noticed a column of smoke rising from a cliff over at Thal's Respite. Curious, I took myself to find a masked man. Your masked man, I'm sure of it, standing by a fire. As if in an answer, some Kikern appeared soon after, and the group began talking at length. I'm afraid I was too far out of earshot to hear much of anything. After the group had dispersed, an idea came to me. If you were to use this smoldering coal to start a fire, you might be able to arrange a similar meeting. It will be dangerous, I shouldn't doubt, but you've proven yourself more than a match for a pack of rats. So what do you think? That's some sound, reliable information, even if I do say so myself. Well, worth all the linkering you've been doing, wouldn't you say? I'm about halfway through A Realm Reborn, I think. We'll see. Welcome, adventurer. May you find respite from your hardships. Here's a Highbridge report. You bring a report from Claudian of Highbridge? A most welcome surprise indeed. I was prepared to wait months before that young one made any significant progress. What's this? The ruins date back to the lighter Beldaldian era and house the final resting place of Lalafuda IV himself. The historical implications of this research are beyond anything the Order had imagined. I must arrange for additional researchers and supplies to be sent to Highbridge immediately. There's more! Adventurers, merchants, travelers, Thal's Respite is always open to those who seek a momentary reprieve from the hardships of the road. In the past, we welcomed countless multitudes through these doors. Sadly, the growing presence of hostile beast tribes and savage creatures now deters many from making the pilgrimage. A shame, is it not? Perhaps you could come to our aid. The most fearsome of the local fauna is the axbeak. Were you to thin the flock, say, four birds or so, I do believe these halls would be far more approachable. let's say one day I have 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. If I got to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, I think I would start streaming. I think that's a fair number. Kyokozo. My adventuring friend, the traveling merchant, and his family just walked through these doors not moments ago. Each encounter is a blessing that would not come to pass had those fearsome fowl continued to run rampant outside our halls. For this I thank you. There's more. Yes. I am loath to trouble you again, but you have proven yourself a friend to the Order. I have an urgent missive to be delivered to Hihibaru of Highbridge. Or, to be precise, a petition. The Order would entreat Highwind Skyways to establish regular flights between Highbridge and Ul'dah. Such flights would greatly ease the travels of pilgrims to the South's respite, not to mention stimulate commerce in the area. It is for the latter reason that we believe Hihibaru and his fellow merchants will lend us support. Go now, and may the traders watch over your journey. That's pretty far away. I'm gonna do that later. I don't know. I don't know. A message from Sister Kyokozo. Whatever business could the Order have with a common trader like me? Well, I'll be. A petition for regular airship service between Highbridge and Ul'dah. Ha! The idea is so bloody brilliant, I'm right ashamed not to have thought it up myself. Business will simply go through the roof. I'll add my signature and deliver it to Highwind Skyway straight away. Now, if only someone would deal with those bloody kicker, and Highbridge would be a trader's paradise. Back so soon? Were you able to find any clues leading to your masked man? This scroll, it bears a prayer to Ralgar the Destroyer. In case you're unfamiliar, Ralgar is the guardian deity of Alamigo, which is currently under Garlean rule. It's highly uncommon for folk of other nations to revere him. I'd wager my last guild that your assailant was Alamigan. It seems this masked man of yours is very well connected. I must confess, the merchant in me envies such a diverse network of contacts. That self-same merchant also senses danger ahead, and darkness besides. Are you certain you'd rather not take things nice and slow here at Highbridge? The Alamegan bandit you had a run-in with is somehow connected to your masked man of mystery. So it stands to reason that if you want to pick up the trail again, you should head toward Little Alamigo, over in southern Thanalan. Just so you know what to expect, the settlement is the favorite destination for those refugees who couldn't, well, adapt to life in Ul'dah. The hearts of the denizens are said to be as barren as the wasteland they live in, and for all intents and purposes, it's a lawless place. Be prepared for a not so warm welcome. Now, I'm not certain how much of a help she will be, but it just so happens I have a daughter who has relocated to Alamigo. Her name is Hihira, and it shouldn't hurt to seek her out first. And while you have her attention, I'd be obliged if you could send my love. Not a day goes by that I don't think of her. I suppose this is it then. I had hoped you would linger here a while, cull some friends, spend some coin, what have you. But something tells me you're destined for greater things. Whatever it is you end up, I wish you the best. Great. Little Alamigo. I didn't see any other quests available. I feel like I've been here recently. I'll be right back. flame private. Adventurer, I would have your ear. Have you perchance visited the ruins south of here? It is said that they date back to the era of the Belladians. As a student of history, I was delighted when my superiors sent me there on patrol. My delight soon turned to dread, however, when I discovered the terrible truth that these ruins are haunted. Yes, you heard me right. Specters of Belladia haunt the place to this day, and my limited training has hardly prepared me to face such horrors. Would be so obliging as to take this holy water and shepherd the lost souls to Thaw's realm? Dun 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 dun. Everything looks pretty good. Don't need that. Greetings and welcome to Little El Amigo. My name is Esmond, and I represent the Adventurers Guild. The people here need any and all help that happens their way. Would you have come to lend a hand? If so, you must undertake a trial levy quest to prove yourself capable of surviving the many terrors of Thanalan. This task should serve as an adequate test. What say you, adventurer? It's come to our attention that the Corpse Brigade may have acquired a copy of the Necrologos, thought to contain pages on a deadly voice known as Volverdriga. The Corpse Brigade will only use this knowledge to further the nefarious schemes, so it is imperative that the book is retrieved, with its pages destroyed in the Okay, got it, whatever. Adventurer, I fear I have no time for pleasantries, but I would be much in your debt if you could perform for me a simple task. To wit, I need you to slay a rock skin paste and obtain for me a secretion of its poison. If you've seen one of those fearsome reptiles, as I reckon you have, you know that their scales are hard as solid stone. This acid I will give you, however, will cut right through it. I haven't much, so pray use it well. Some of my countrymen are not quick to trust outsiders, but I have no time to entertain such foolish prejudices. This is a time of life and death. Why, yes, Baru's my father. He said, what? I wish I could be a better daughter to him. It's just that... Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't bother you with family matters, but I am grateful to you for delivering the message. Now, then, what brings you here? A masked man? I'm afraid the description doesn't ring any bells, but one of the others may have seen something. I would recommend you first speak with Gundobald, the leader of the settlement. I must warn you, though, he isn't exactly accommodating to outsiders. I was raised in a wealthy merchant family in Ul'dah, where my parents saw that I wanted for nothing, but then I heard of the refugees' plight. I simply could not stay put. Outsider, sheltered, spoiled child, the names they all called me, all are true. Still, I want to help them in whatever small way I can. Let's see. Gundobald. A ways northeast of here, you'll find the Sepulchre, a frightfully named place, no? fitting, though, seeing as how it's best known as home of the villainous Corpse Brigade. To think that the erstwhile Kingsguard of Alamigo could end up a band of murderers and thieves. Mind you, they had less than pristine reputation in the old days as well. I don't know what that's all about. Who are you? State your business and be quick about it. Looking for a masked villain, you say? And why should we help you, pray? We struggle enough without having to answer to the whim of every outsider. You are not welcome here. Begone. Frustrated as they are, the young ones will give you quarrel simply for want of something to do. All it takes is a stray gaze. Watch yourself.
Friends, hear my plea. As you have no doubt observed, many poor souls in this camp suffer from afflictions most grievous. Indeed, it is to deliver them succor that I have made the journey here from Ul'dah. And yet, I fear my efforts thus far have been for naught. The residents are most distrustful of outsiders, particularly those hailing from Ul'dah. They look upon my medicine as if it were poison. Were an adventurer such as yourself to deliver the elixir, perhaps they would be willing to accept it. I have no one else to turn to. Will you go in my stead?
Oh, my throat, it burns. Medicine, you say? I'd sooner drink sandworm piss than all that old Don swill. Well met, adventurer. I'm Gilzebert, head of security here at Little Alamigo. I heard that you had business with Gundabald. Knowing the bristly old bear, I don't doubt he told you to bugger off. Owing to their hardships, the refugees don't trust anyone but themselves. Not even my men can get so much as a word of thanks out of them, despite watching the place day and night. But thanks or no, I try to help my fellow man when I can, and you seem a decent sort. If you tell me what brought you here, I can lend a hand. On the trail of a masked villain, you say? Can't say that sounds familiar, but I have men on lookout for a Malja to the south of here. If there's any suspicious activity, they are like to have seen it. I had a mind to take them each a cup of sweet. I had a mind to take them each a cup of sweet thanalin tea, so as to lift their spirits. God, man. If you were to run this little errand in my stead, they'd be all the more willing to tell you what they know.
I hate the writing in this. It's so needlessly complicated.
It is so unnecessary. How do I get out of here?
appear to have been through a great deal. This reward should help lift your spirits. Why is there nobody here? Oh, God. Can't breathe. No luck, I see. Take heart, friend, you did what you could. Age-old wounds are not healed so easily, but I must not give up this cause. After giving the matter some thought, it has struck me that perhaps it is not me that the refugees so distrust, but rather the medicine itself. The Alamegans are wary of outsiders, this is true. Yet I suspect it is the thought of ingesting an alchemical concoction of Ul'dan make that frightens them most of all. A naive girl's wishful thinking, perhaps, but it's the only hope I have. There is a kindly old refugee by the name of Alfan, the only one thus far to accept my treatment. Might you speak with him and ask if there is any truth to my theory? Oh man, this is so boring. I would not wish upon anybody to watch my full playthrough on YouTube. I would not want anyone to do that. Hail there, young one. What brings one as hale and hearty as yourself to this godforsaken place? Ah, Hira. In me years, I've seen many an outsider come and go, but none quite like that girl. I don't begrudge me countrymen their judgments, of course. Gods know they've seen old died at its worst. But it's clear even to me that clouded old eyes that girl means well, and I bring myself to scorn her good intentions. I can't bring myself to scorn her good intentions. But forgive me, you were asking about medicine, were you not? We Alamegans aren't much for alchemy, but we've got our fair share of remedies passed down through the years. Steep the fruit of a sapotender in hot water, for instance, and you get a tea that soothes the worst of fevers. Call it an old man's hunch, but I have a feeling that even the most stubborn of me countrymen would gladly down a cup of cactus tea, even if it were the olden lass who did the brewing. Okay, so I guess I'm killing cactuses. Alright, fair enough. As good as anything. It is as good as anything. I don't know why I put up with this. are you? I'm trying to conserve energy here, so leave me alone. Well, ain't you considerate? Why thanks, friend. What's that, a masked villain? Hiding among the refugees like as not. We compatriots as live here go about as though they're dead on their feet. 'Tis near impossible to tell what's on their minds. For all I know, they're all up to no good. You there, are you in Almaja? No, then carry on. Ah, the sophisticated aroma. It's been forever since I had a drop of sweet thanalan. I'm going to enjoy this. A masked man? Don't know, don't care. Unless he's got dark scaly skin, and stands 10 fulls tall, and has the face of a lizard, then I don't give a murmur's fart. Great, that's the second time today the word fart has been used in this AAA video game. Shoo shoo, don't bother me. If the Amalja overrun us, I'm blaming you. For me? You shouldn't have. Sorry, it's a suspicious masked man. As a matter of fact, I caught glimpse of someone fitting that description during patrol. Well, I couldn't quite make out whether it was a man or not, what with the mask and the robe, but assuming it was a he was talking with some Alamegans. I assumed he was one of them. Anything else? No. More down there? Great. Wonderful. So happy. I'm not at the Forgotten Springs yet. Let's go. Let's get that sunken temple done. Welcome to the sunken temple of Karn, or what remains of it at least. Used by ancient Veladians as a place to worship the sun goddess Azima, much about the temple's history remains shrouded in mystery. While we have sent a research team into the depths, I regret to say that the investigation proceeds at a snail's pace, that is, when it proceeds at all. It would seem that the Beladians have rigged the temple with all manner of devious traps and snares, to deter temple robbers, no doubt. We have recruited adventurers to assist in disarming the traps, but be forewarned, many of you have entered yet have yet to return. Should you wish to brave the depths, we will welcome your aid. Wonderful. Sheesh. I'm going to go ahead and cut the video here. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll be back with more next time.